Hi again. I'm at the mill stream today. A bit different to the last couple of outings. Today it's overcast with a bit of a breeze. It's still reasonably warm, but a bit different to the very hot sunny days I've experienced during the last two trips. Anyway, there's no one on the stream at the moment, but the stream is like the other two streams I fish, quite weedy, but more fishable. There aren't that many swims on the mill stream, so I won't be roving too much today. I'll try a few of the spots, and I may pop over to the main river if nothing happens here. Anyway, we're just about to start, so I'm tackled up and let's get going. Okay, I'm starting in this spot because I can drop the bait under those overhanging trees there, but it's not the easiest. It's not the easiest spot to fish, so I may move down the swim if this doesn't work, and also it's not the easiest place to get a fish in, but it seems the most chubby at the moment, so we give it a try. I may just drop that stop down a bit. Well, that's gone exactly well. Oh, it's in the tree. I bought my John Wilson Avon rod today with a 2-ounce quiver. I noticed on the last outing I was using a Corum feeder rod with a sort of a quiver top section, but not as sensitive as this, and I noticed the chub weren't really pulling it very positively, so I thought I'd bring this quiver tip today. I'm not sure if that bait went where I wanted it to actually. These trees, every time I come here over the last couple of years, seem to get lower and lower into the water and more tricky to fish. Water's very clear and quite low really. Just trod on my hand in there, handler. course, these swims have probably been fished quite a lot over the last week or so since the opening of the season, so fish may be a bit wary. That was a good pull, but not enough to hit. The cheese paste has come off again. Hi there.
Morning.
Morning.
Bob, right? I watched some of your stuff on YouTube.
Oh, thank you. Cheers.
Do you know if anyone's down the pool or?
I haven't walked down there, but I didn't see anyone walking down or anything.
Thank you very much.
I think we're on our own actually. Helps you take the bail arm off, doesn't it? That's better. Well, I thought if there was a decent chub down there and it was interested, I would have got a positive bite by now, so perhaps I'll move. This water's very, very clear. No. Yeah, perhaps I'll shift down a swim and see how we get on there. Well, having got absolutely frazzled by the heat on the last two outings, I've had to put my coat on. It's getting quite cold. Right, this is somewhat easier to fish here. Oh, something took that straight away and I missed it. Something took that straight away and I missed it. It was so quick. Something playing with it. Yeah, that was taken almost on the way down. I'm not sure they're big chub. I think they may be. Well, that was a good cast, if I can say so myself. Quite a flow on here today. We need to put another shot on. I think that's just the flow pulling it. Right, I've got 3 swan shot on the line now, so this wind is getting more and more troublesome. I think our high pressure area is gone and we're moving into a bit more of a blustery period. I think the flow is bringing it round. That was a bite. But nothing really positive. Keep seeing fish flash down there, you know. I don't know if they're small chub or dace or... That was a bite. Come on, take it properly. There. Anyway, at least there's something interested. Well, I'm just below the Weirpool here. There's, you can probably see quite a lot of water coming over that. Probably accounts for the strongish flow in the mill stream. This is the first spot I ever fished on the mill stream, and I've caught chub here, but I've always caught the bigger chub further down. But I really wasn't getting much joy there, so I've come here. I've got to watch myself because there's a tree above, so I've got to remember not to keep the rod too high. It's also a bit snaggy this swim. I've lost fish, a couple of fish in here that have snagged me, so... But as I say, I wasn't very confident where I was before that I was really going to do that well there. Oh, nearly ended up in the tree. That wouldn't have been very clever. I think it's trundling across the bottom at the moment. Yeah, I've got something already. It feels quite big, but it might be just because of the flow of the water. I've got to be careful here because there are snags. No, it is quite a good chub. In fact, it's a bloody good chub. I've got to be careful not to lose this. because there's a lot of snags down here. Jesus, that is a good chub. Well, that was worth the move, wasn't it? Just let him rest in there a bit. Go and get my unhooking mat out. Careful here, there's a quagmire there. Bought myself a new unhooking mat, by the way. I did mention that in the last video that I was going to get a new one because the one I had was, this is the Quorum Super Light, and it rolls up quite nicely. God, gee. That's a long way down. Okay. Go get your hook out, mate. There we go. You see, if you lay still, we can get the hook out. Right, I may weigh you just to see what you weigh. Not as big as I thought you were actually, but I may weigh you anyway. Right. Well, the net weighs 0.7, as you may know from earlier videos. And let's see what you weigh. Just over 3. So let's say 2 1/4, just over 2 1/4 pounds. Still, it's a nice fish. It felt bigger when it was coming in, but the flow was quite powerful there, so anyway, I'm not complaining at all. It's a lovely condition fish, covered in pondweed. So there she be. Right, let's push her back, shall we? Almost like a little aquarium down there, isn't it? Lovely to watch them go off, isn't it? Oh, she blows. Well, the move was worth it because that chub played the game. First cast almost immediately, and that's usually the case with the chub. If they're interested, you don't have to wait a long time. So anyway, I've always liked to swim actually, but the one further downstream has proved in the past more reliable, but this one is lovely to fish. It's got all the characteristics you could want, really. Rod rest in front of me. Nah. That's not good, is it? Just put it like that, perhaps, on the seat. Yeah, that's not bad. When I have it down at the side of me, it's just that slight delay reaching for it when the rod top goes round. There's something tapping at that, I think. Or maybe just the weight moving around with the flow. last one took it really well down. It was it had obviously taken the bait without any fear at all. That was a good pull. Got something on, I think, but it's not a big chub. Be careful of this tree. I think it's a dace. I always think it's fascinating when you catch a dace on ledgered breadflake. I just think that is always quite amazing, really, and quite a small dace at that. Yeah, it amazes me, really. It was quite a big bit of breadflake. Obviously, they whittled it down and then managed to take it. That's an 8 hook, and that was a piece of breadflake, and that dace was minuscule. It's quite amazing, really, how I really managed to hook it at all. I don't know. I keep promising myself to bring a float rod here and a stick float. It is a bit fast, really, but I'm sure with maggots you could have a nice day with dace and perhaps roach, I don't know. Maybe next time. Unlike the other swims, I always feel there's more of a chance here of taking more than one chub, because it's one imagines a chub move around a lot in this fast water. I've never seen it this clear, I must admit. It's as I say, it's just like looking in an aquarium, really. Just tried worm, but I'm afraid a perch took the hook well down, and hell of a job to get it out. So I don't like it when that happens. So I've gone back on bread. Don't mind fishing for perch on float, but when it's on quiver tip, sometimes they you don't see the bite. They mess about with it, and I think these are dace trying to eat my bread, and there's not much chance of hooking them, to be honest. I don't know whether to put what I might do is put a smaller hook on, and just about smaller bits of bread, and see if I can catch some of these dace, because it's a pity, really. They're nice fish if I can catch them. Perhaps give that a go. I'll see what I've got in the tackle. I'm showing fairly light today, so I certainly haven't got all my gear with me, so I'll see what I've got in the box, and perhaps we can have a bit of sport with roach and dace on a lighter hook length and smaller bait. We'll see what happens. I've just hooked one of those bites. I've gone down to a smaller 14 hook and small bits of bread, and we now know what they are. Well, we knew what they were, really, dace, but I'm now stuck up in the tree, which was good going, wasn't it? So I'll sort that out, and then we'll get back to fishing. I just put the power pack in the head cam, but I thought I just kept this one in the landing net to show you that it's not just dace down there. We have a few roach down there as well. Bread in there. Roach and dace on the quiver, on breadflake. Now, watch this tree. I keep forgetting it's there and getting caught up in it. Yeah, I'm just putting small bits of bread flake on, and it's certainly tricky to hit, but you never know, there might be some good roach, mind you. That's £6 line on still, so a bit overkill for a roach. As I say, I need to bring a float rod down, I think, and not really the right place, but we'll let it go down and see what happens. Oh, right round. I'm hitting about 1 in 10 of these at the moment. Not a very high success rate. Sort of hoping another chub may just happen along as well. That was a good cast. It's going to go right down under that tree. There must be a lot of fish down there. As soon as the bait hits the bottom, they start. You've got to wait for a reasonable pull. No. Don't know whether to move down to the pool by the bridge and have a couple of hours down there perhaps. That's all I seem to be getting here is dace and roach, which I can't seem to really hook. So maybe I'll do that. Well, I'm up by the bridge. I see they've cut out a couple of extra swims here, so I can start here where I fished before and well, I've walked down the end here. I'm just going to try a cast down and see how clear it is down there between these reeds, but I think might be flogging a dead horse now. It's, the sun's bright, the river's clear. Oh shit. Caught up in blimming. That's all you need, isn't it? Just when you're stuck seeing the bread on the end of my line. Let's try not to get caught up in the grass this time. I think I'm in. Gee, and it feels a good fish. And the trouble is, I'm in a very good position play here. Oh, it's a long way down. Yeah, it's a good fish. Keep him out the weeds. Oh, don't let me lose him now. Crikey, he's a big one. That's got to be my best one from this stream. Whoa. Oh, and he came out the bloody net. Jesus. That is a monster. I can see the hook now. What a fish. Bloody hell. Wow. 5.6. And this is 0.7. I'll check the net afterwards, so that makes it just a shade under £5. Jesus wept. Let's go and give him a bit of a dunk. No, it's going to put you back. You deserve to go back. Yeah, you're ready to go now, I think. Fantastic. Well, I'm very pleased I had that last cast. What a magnificent fish. I wasn't going to stay too late today, but I think after catching a fish like that's a good time to stop. I'm not going to better that, I'm sure, and in fact I'll be lucky to get another fish out of that spot. So yeah, not too easy today, but 2 chub. Bit of fun with the dace, although I only managed to get 2 or 3 of them in. A couple of small perch, and yeah, enjoyable. And anyway, I'm rabbiting on here, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you did, please give me a like, and if you don't subscribe, perhaps you'll consider that. And for me, I'm going to pack up now. I haven't packed up my tackle yet, but I'm going to pack up now and make my way home. So until the next time, thanks again for watching, and cheers.